Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I want to encourage everybody to sign up for our daily newsletter for Bulldog Reports. Also, if you haven't already, please download the app for both Bulldog Reports and the Bulldog Show, and also subscribe to Rumble and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to send out a massive email to the big email group, making lots of, I have like 20 major things that I want to announce, but there you go. Let's get going. The Get Trump movement never ends. This poor guy, and you know what? You know, there's an old saying that if they didn't fear you, they wouldn't attack you. You know, if it's like that old saying, if you don't want to run with the big dog, stay on the porch. If you get off that porch, all the other dogs will start snapping at you. And what they're trying to do is anything and everything to stop the Trump comeback. The Supreme Court, only Clarence Thomas voted with Trump. The Supreme Court, on an 8-1 decision, is allowing the disclosure for the National Archives of information relative to January 6th. And you know, as Trump points out, look at his children conduct versus Hunter Biden's conduct. There is nothing going on in the political arena relative to Hunter Biden. The allegations against the Trump family are a joke. And let me tell you what they are. First, all the bogus stuff about January 6th. Bogus. Number two, the valuation issues as it relates to properties. Folks, you can look at anybody's financial statement across this country, business and otherwise. You have some people who are conservative in what they put down on their financial statement, and other people that aren't, and I guarantee you, everybody has somebody that could value that. Let me give you an example, real estate appraising. You don't know that. You know, it cracks me up. Every time you get something appraised by a real estate appraiser, they want to know what the purchase price is going to be. Why? Why not just appraise the damn property? Two real estate appraisers can look at a property and make it value it differently. So that's what they're trying to make a big deal of. Like, the Trump organization valued a piece of property at $25 million, but they sold it to Ivanka for $8 million. Oh, well, I wonder why. So what? It just is awful. Biden's press conference. What a joke, right? You know, they act like they can undo a year's worth of disaster by sending out good old Joe for a 2-hour press conference. Whoever thought that was a good idea? See, the whole time we're complaining about Joe Biden not doing press conferences, we all understand that it's a good idea that he doesn't do press conferences. I mean, he makes a point about a comment that basically say, oh, it's okay if, you know, Russia goes into Ukraine a little bit for all intents and purposes. What? He snaps at a reporter about a question, goes off the rails. He tries to twist his words on that race speech he gave down in Georgia. That speech did compare anybody not voting for his Voting Rights Act. You stood with all of the Bull Connor, George Wallace, Jefferson Davis. It was clear as day. He tried to back up on that. Tried to claim that he was doing a good job, that he's outperformed himself. He was okay with how he handled Afghanistan. It's just embarrassing. I can't stand to listen to it. The filibuster holds up. Who would have ever think that Manchin and Sinema would save us from the voters' fraud bill? Who would have thought? Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I already covered Biden and Ukraine. Oh, and by the way, I love when Joe Biden goes, I'm profoundly disappointed. Profoundly. Nick Sabin and Jerry West, two West Virginians, send a letter to Manchin and Sinema encouraging them to block this filibuster. Let me tell you, I love Nick Saban as a football coach. I'm a Bama fan. And I always liked the Lakers too, Jerry West. It makes me sick when these individuals like Sabin and Jerry West, who are tied up in the American Communist 10. Remember, folks, big college sports are part of academia. John Calipari at UK. What do these guys do? They all jump on the Black Lives Matter stuff. Why? What do they spend their whole day doing? Recruiting and coaching black athletes. And they act like, oh, yeah. Nick Sabin weighing in on the Voting Rights Act to Manchin on that public level is a joke. And the disingenuousness of acting like he's really for this. No, he's not. He's trying to appease the parents and his athletes. That's what it's all about. Boeing has admitted two kinds of their planes have a 5G problem. Do you believe this, folks? Before you get on the plane, what kind of a Boeing plane am I flying in here today? Biden attacked yesterday the 2022 elections, basically claimed that if this Voting Rights Act goes down, which it did, that those elections may not be legitimate. A new poll out. We want corporations to focus on goods and services, not politics. Imagine that. Joe Biden's negative approval rating is down to 34%. And I had to listen to Juan Williams on Fox News yesterday try to act like that was the same as Donald Trump. No, it wasn't. I mean, no president. I mean, where Biden has gone polling-wise is incredible. Approval, disapproval. Last but not least, man, this really hits me, man. I didn't know her. Brianna Kupfer, that young lady, UCLA graduate that was murdered in that furniture store by Shawn Laval Smith, who was out on bond for a serious crime. Think they can go around, finally was arrested. Think they can just go out and murder at will. What these major United States cities have done, the people who've died, and there's always silence from the son of a bitches. Where's LeBron James weighing in on Brian Kupfer? Imagine if Brianna Kupfer went in and killed Shawn Laval Smith, what LeBron James would say. These people are the biggest racists in the country. You and I call them as we see them. You and I follow Martin Luther King Jr., content of the character, not color of the skin. Not LeBron James, not the American Communist 10. It's always black privilege, black, race. Doesn't matter what the facts are. It's disgusting. They want the race war. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.